So the FBI has dropped the ball yet again. The FBI knew that Colt Gray was threatening to shoot up a school, and yet he still shoots up a school. Okay, so that's why I'm going to call the FBI the Federal Bureau of Dropping the Ball. That's what we're going to call them. That's the FBI. They do nothing. Like, what are they even here for, man? They interviewed Colt Gray and his father because they knew he was threatening multiple times. It says that he did it several times. It wasn't just one threat to shoot up a high school, he did it several times. Sent pictures of AR-15s to people saying that he was going to do it. Okay, the FBI went and visited him and his father, and the dad says that there's no way for him to get his hands on a gun. One lie, because he's posting pictures of the AR-15, so he clearly can get his hands on it. That's a lie. Then the other lie was that Colt told the FBI that he wasn't making those threats, when clearly he was, because there was several of them. And then the FBI then told the school system. That's what makes you know it was a lie, that from Colt Gray to the FBI. The FBI told the school system to look out for this kid, saying this is what he's saying. He's threatening to shoot up the schools. And by the way, no one wants to show this kid's picture, so I'm going to show it to you. Hopefully this video doesn't get removed for it, but yeah, here is what Colt Gray looks like, since the internet doesn't want to show him. This is Colt Gray. This is the shooter. This kid right here, this 14-year-old kid, killed 2 adults and 2 kids, and he injured at least 9 more people in the process. Absolutely disgusting what happened, and very preventable. Like I said, the FBI knew what he was going to do, yet it still happens. Absolutely despicable. This is what it says. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation, so the GBI. Okay, this is like the FBI, but state level. Okay, so the GBI director, Chris Hosey, later identified the suspect being 14-year-old Colt Gray, a student at the school at Apalachee, adding that the suspect would be charged with murder and tried as an adult. Great. Freaking great. I'm glad a 14-year-old's going to prison with the big boys for what he did. The suspect reportedly used an AR-15 rifle. How'd he get in the school with that? Shouldn't have been able to. Should have been prevented. Reporting revealed that May 2023, this right here, man. This paragraph. Reporting revealed that in May 2023, local law enforcement, in cooperation with the FBI, so the FBI was talking to this guy, not the GBI, the Federal Bureau, had visited Gray. So the FBI visited Gray and his family to investigate school shooting threats posted online. So the FBI knew about him. They went and talked to him. Okay? There was no probable cause for an arrest. That's okay. All right? That's fine. You can't arrest him for threatening to do something, but you can take precautions. That's what you can do. These were his victims. This is Richard Aspinwall, who was a teacher at my school. I graduated from Mountain View High School, very close to here. I live very close to what happened. Very close to home. Shouldn't have ever happened, man. Very preventable. This is Christina Irami, a math teacher. They're both math teachers. He's a football coach as well. We got Mason Schermerhorn right here. From what I've been seeing on posts on Facebook, he had, I think he was autistic a little bit, probably very scared at what was going on. And then this is Christian Angulo. So these are the 4 people that died that didn't have to die, because the FBI, like I said, the Federal Bureau of Dropping the Ball, right here, the Federal Bureau of Dropping the Ball, the FBI, allowed these 4 people to die. Okay, that's what just happened. And there was also 9 more people who were injured, multiple people life-flighted by helicopter to Grady Hospital, which is a trauma hospital in Atlanta. Very good hospital too, by the way. They're in very good care. But let's just listen to some of the accounts of what people are saying about this, because it pisses me off. I mean, it infuriates me what they're saying.
They're probably scared themselves, right? They're probably scared themselves to send their children back to school.
This is the worst nightmare of a parent, that they put their kid in school where they're supposed to be safe, and then somebody comes into that school. In this case, another student comes in that school with a weapon and starts killing other students, other faculty members there. And so this is a horrible situation, and it's very, very difficult for schools to deal with this.
They need to put more things in place, more systems in every single school to protect these kids, because this keeps happening every year, multiple times a year. Gun control's not the answer. Sorry, liberals. There just needs to be more precautions at every single school.
when you're dealing with, in this particular case, 1,900 students in this
You need to
school.
protect all
So you're
1,900
talking
of them.
about lots and lots of students in there
Yeah.
with a lot of different things going on at the same time. How do you keep them safe? Metal detectors,
Yes.
searches of lockers,
Yes.
things like that,
Hmm?
potentially. But this is not a school where you would expect this to happen.
Who cares? This is what they keep saying that pisses me off. This is a school that you would not expect this to happen. Okay, I would not expect this to happen in any school, first of all. I don't care what community you're in. I don't care how good you think your school system is. It should never happen. Okay? There needs to be things in place at every single school in America to stop this mass shooting multiple times a year from stopping. Who cares if it's a school that you didn't think that it should happen at? Okay? You should still be prepared.
Same thing up here in Connecticut at Sandy Hook. Not a place where you expect this kind of thing to happen.
Not a place you expect this thing to happen. Who cares, man? Every school needs precautionary measures taken so this stops.
So schools have school resource officers. In this case, the school resource officer was the one who stopped Colt Gray from doing further damage. He stopped him. He arrested him.
Yeah, so I'm glad that the cop in the school was able to stop him and arrest him. I'm kind of dumbfounded that he wasn't killed, but hey, I'm actually kind of glad. I want him to go to prison with the big boys. You know, he gets to deal with some bad people now, very bad people. I'm happy for it. He deserves it. But the fact that the school cop was able to stop him is great. But there should have been more precautionary measures. Like I'm saying, there's at every school there's at least 2 to 3 cops at all time in the school. Okay. For stuff like this, but it's not enough. We need metal detectors at the front door. There only needs to be one entrance at every single school. For teachers, for faculty, for students, only one entrance. Sure, you can leave through other doors. That's not as big of a deal, but getting into the school, one entrance with metal detectors, with cops looking at the metal detectors, making sure nobody's bringing that crap in the school. That's something that could happen in every single school. Now, let's listen to this. This is Lieutenant Governor Burns Jones from Georgia. They're talking about how the FBI knew about this kid making these threats, okay? So this is what they're going to talk about.
Well, number one, on that document you had from the feds there, that Jackson County is this is not the same county that this incident happened in.
Who cares?
Winder, Georgia, is in a county called Barrow County. They're probably within 30 miles of each other, but it's not the same county. So
why does that matter? Why does it matter that when he was making threats last year, he was in a different county? You know, this dude's on the FBI watch for shooting up high schools that he ended up doing. Okay, like who cares what county it is? It doesn't matter. The fact that he was allowed to do it is what matters.
The sheriff's offices were on the scene, as well as state police were on the scene in a very, very quick response time. So
that's good.
And like I said, it's a small community, and you just don't expect something like this out of a community like that.
Here it is again. You just don't expect it from a community like that. You don't. Sure, this is my statement. Let this be the biggest statement of the video. You don't expect it, but you can prevent it. You can prevent this from happening without expecting it to ever happen. Whoever expects it to happen in any school, like I said, but you better freaking be trying to prevent it. And here's the GBI talking about it here.
Those that are deceased are heroes in my book. Those that are in the hospital recovering right now are heroes in my book. The protocols that this school and this system activated today prevented this from being a much larger tragedy than what we had here today.
Okay, I agree with that. The protocols that the schools have in place right now, which are a pretty good amount, not good enough, those precautions that they already have in place right now allowed for this to not be worse than it was. But it was still freaking bad, okay? There needs to be more precautions taken at every single school in America. And we need to figure it out quick because this crap needs to stop happening. Y'all let me know what you think about it. I am absolutely infuriated with the FBI with this freaking kid, man. Like, man, how can you do something like that? You know what I'm saying? It's the worst of the worst. And my heart goes out to all the families that were affected, the students that were affected, because there's going to be a lot of trauma and a lot of students and a lot of teachers from this point forward for the rest of their lives, thinking that they were going to get shot and killed, especially the ones that were probably close to them and saw it happen, you know? It's really, really sad, and we just need more systems in place at every single school to prevent stuff like this from ever happening again. And like I said, gun control, it's not the answer. It's not the answer. This kid was 14 years old. It was illegal for him to have a gun in the first place. People that are going to commit illegal acts are going to commit illegal acts. Okay? It doesn't matter if the gun is illegal to have or not. Okay? Which is what you're pushing for with gun control laws. Okay? It doesn't matter. If he's going to do it, he's going to do it. He's going to find a way to get a gun, and he's going to do it. And that's with any criminal. Gun control laws is going to take the guns out of the civilians that can protect themselves. That's what it's going to do, because those are the people that are going to follow the law. They will give up their guns, okay? And now we can't protect ourselves. But the people that are going to commit gun crimes, it's illegal for them to commit a gun crime. If you haven't noticed, this kid's going to be in prison for the rest of his life, okay? Because he committed massive felonies. He murdered people and injured many more. We just need more laws in place at every single school to protect the kids. You should be able to drop your kid off at school and not be worried that they're going to get freaking shot today. We need to do something about it. The FBI dropped the ball. They're the Federal Bureau of dropping the ball. They're not the FBI anymore. What are they? They're the FBODTB. All right, that's the new name for the FBI. Sorry it's a little long, but that's just how I'm feeling. Y'all let me know how you feel about it. I'm absolutely furious and sad about it, because, and like I said, it hits home. One of the teachers that died was from the school that I graduated high school from, and then he moved to Apalachee to then be a coach there, and they're all heroes. My heart goes out to their families. I know he had 2 young babies, man. Like, those kids just get to grow up without a dad now. So thanks, Colt, for that. You're like, man, y'all make sure to like the video and subscribe. I'm going to be doing more content, similar stuff on news that I feel like really needs to be talked about. Have a good one.